Yo, peace, peace, peace. This is another episode of All Things Hip Hop. When you talk about sports, news, hip hop, fashion, whatever, it's relative to the black experience or our experience, the hip hop culture. Today I want to go into something. Who's the best rapper? I have my list of best rappers, and I have actually out of a top 10, I have like 13. And I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna talk about the artists that I like and why I like them. Talk about the artists I like and why I like them. You know what I'm saying? And I want y'all to like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Help me build my channel up. All Things Hip Hop. We've been going since 2014. We only got 34 subscribers, but we be bullshitting. We was bullshitting. We also had a death. About 2 months ago, our moderator passed away. So. Like I said, I'm just trying to reboot this, and I think this is a good topic or good subject to kick it on. And who's the top rapper, of all time, or who, what gives them the right to be able to call themselves the top or one of the top. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna go into my top 10. It's KRS-One. I think KRS-One is the best because KRS-One is still going all over the world. I know there's a lot of people, but KRS-One then kind of disconnected himself from, the mainstream. But to be still a viable artist around the globe, you know what I'm saying? He just put an album out this year, like about a month ago. That shit hard as hell, man. That shit hard, man. You know what I'm saying? And KRS was one that said back in the day that he come from the era where it wasn't no videos and all that, so your rep had to really carry as far as your talent. You know what I'm saying? I believe like KRS-One has done a magnificent job over his career of making quality music. Maybe not the most mainstream accessible stuff, but in the beginning hip hop was the party and all that, but as it morphed, in my opinion, it became more socially or conscious, socially aware or consciously aware of things outside of, the hood. You know what I'm saying? We was trying to educate through hip hop, or that was when I got into hip hop, really started to listen to hip hop. It was in that era, I listened to it as a kid, like a real kid, but when you really grasped it, you know what I'm saying? It was a great artist, right? Eric B. and Rakim, KRS-One. I wasn't a big fan of Poor Righteous Teachers, but they had a couple joints. I did like their 96 album. That New World Order album was the shit. You know what I'm saying? Even Ice Cube, definitely the Ghetto Boys, because the Ghetto Boys was, they was hood niggas, but they was like conscious, man. Like, they was different from NWA to me. They kind of had a little more conscious, consciousness to them. It wasn't trying to really exploit the negatives or the ignorant shit that we come from. Even though they had they stuff on there, for ignorance, you know what I mean. But a lot of the times, in my opinion, when I used to listen to them, you could always find like a message in their stuff. And I'm not discrediting NWA, because I grew up loved NWA too, but they had never been on that kind of level as far as speaking to the real ills and trying to really uphold or uplift, the youth. You know what I'm saying? They did all in the same game joint, which was, that was a good song. I actually like that song. That was a really, excuse me, really good song. But that's just my opinion. But like I was saying, KRS, to me, is definitely the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? In all of this, he's definitely the GOAT. I don't think nobody really could battle KRS. You know what I'm saying? There's cats that have funky wordplay and all that, and this shit they doing now in battle rap. KRS, and I'm not even knocking that, because there's certain cats that really be spitting in that joint, but for the most part, it's trash to me. But that's a lane, and they making money, so I don't want to denigrate or disrespect them making their money. You know what I'm saying? They doing something positive as black and Latino brothers and sisters. Trying to, solidify they standing in this life. You know what I mean? But I believe like there is nobody could stop KRS. You know what I mean? Performance wise, KRS could even make beats. See, people don't even really know that KRS can make beats. He can write songs for other people. He can actually write hip hop songs. You know what I'm saying? actual hip hop songs. You know, let me know what y'all think. Am I wrong for believing that KRS is the best? You know what I'm saying? The best. You know what I'm saying? To ever do it. He can transition through the eras, and there's very few that have done that. There's a couple, but there's very few that have done that. You know what I'm saying? So my number one, on the list of top 10 or best in hip hop ever is KRS-One. Comment, let me know what you're thinking. Now we're gonna go over to the number two guy. Now this is my number two. Has 3 artists in it. You know what I'm saying? Because they were very impactful to me at the same time, and I appreciated their music, and I still appreciate their music. You know what I'm saying? The first one is Nas, and I said Jones from QB. You know what I'm saying? To me, outside of KRS, he's the best to ever do it. You know what I'm saying? But I see that he's extracted a little bit of KRS because he's a hip hop baby too. So you know what I mean? But I believe KRS was always the blueprint of this. So Nas taking that and adding on, and expounding more so on hip hop. I won't say more than KRS, but I say he did his thing too. Because when he went to the streets, you know what I'm saying, he kept the consciousness alive within. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying about the Ghetto Boys, he talked his ignorant shit, but the overall was it was always something that kind of tried to direct you to something a little more positive, or a little more, a little more upright. You know what I'm saying? Because again, J. Rue the Damager called this shit jungle music, so that meant that we was throwing our secret language out there. You know what I'm saying? So he was one that kept it going. You know what I'm saying? He dressed this shit up with a lot of tomfoolery, I guess you could say, as far as the thug thing and the gangster thing. But in his heart, I just assume, like, as an artist, he probably is a very conscious artist. You know what I'm saying? And like Common, you know what I mean? Him and Common are kind of the same artist to me. You know what I'm saying? I like Common a lot, but that's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Comment on that and let me know what y'all thinking about that. If KRS is really, one of them guys. I mean, I'm saying KRS. I mean Nas, if he's, number 2. So, support the station, man. Come on, help me out, man. Support. All I'm asking y'all to do is comment, man. Let me know if y'all feel Nas is where I feel Nas. Nas is tight. But we still at number 2. We're gonna go on to the next person. Next person would be Scarface. Now for a long time, Scarface was like my favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying? My favorite rapper. I mean, every one of his albums was the shit. You know what I'm saying? The My Homie albums and them joints that got lost in transit. That was like, I didn't know if they was rap a lot. I didn't know they was mixtapes, but all them joints was banging. You know what I'm saying? And storytelling, his lyrical game. For Scarface to be a country dude, back in the day, we didn't think country cats could really rap. You know what I'm saying? Now we see that they really can, because he was one of the best. And I want to say he was probably the best lyricist from the South at the time. You know what I'm saying? There's other cats, JT Money could rap a little bit. Let me see. Oh, MJG and 8 Ball, they could rap. You know what I'm saying? You had UGK back then. I mean, it could rap. Like Bun B could always rap. You know what I'm saying? He always had a lyrical game. You know what I'm saying? But back then, we wasn't really paying attention. You know what I'm saying? But Scarface, like I said, let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? He's at my number 2 with Nas. And my last number 2, I'm going to say, is Tupac Shakur. You know what I mean? Now, he's the closest to me to KRS-One. Because he really, to me, him and J. Rue the Damager, I was going to say, was like the second coming of KRS-One. Conscious, raw, spiritually inclined, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was really trying to educate, you know what I'm saying? And Pac did the same thing. He kind of transitioned into the ignorant sphere and started to, I guess trying to sell records, you know what I'm saying? But even within that, he still had a lot of, very conscious or very beneficial information within his songs, or not all of them, but a majority of them. And his overall package, we remember him as being very intelligent, very insightful, and, a good dude, you know what I'm saying? So, comment on that and let me know if y'all agree with that. Like I said, my number 2 It's got 3 people in it: Nas, Scarface, and Tupac. Now I'm gonna go into my number 3. My boy Cobra, he'll know this. Like, I was always a Redman fan. You know what I'm saying? Cause Redman, them first 3, and I mean the other albums like Doc's the Name, that was hard too. You know what I'm saying? Them other joints when he was getting away from Def Jam, Jay-Z was running the joint. You know what I'm saying? The albums was good. I like when he did that mixtape, that Brick City joint. That joint was hard. You know, I think when he finally left Def Jam, you know what I'm saying? That was hard. That shit was hard. You know what I'm saying? But you know, after Redman's first album, he kind of picked up a more comedic kind of persona. But when you think back to like real hard hip hop, come on, man. Redman was one of the hardest, man. He got some of the most quotable joints, man. What that nigga said, that brother said, and it's a comedic little piece, but I always remember because I like that man said, "I'm the long-faced murderer, serving over 2 million mothers, serving over 2 million motherfuckers a day, like Mickey D. Circular, working a shifty hour like a burglar. My crew herbing you like we never even heard of you." Come on, man. Redman was always very nice and ill. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying, I don't think none of these cats could deal with him now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just like KRS, still around the globe doing what he do. All around the globe. He said he torn like as Nori say, like a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? Like, he still making, you know, hits right now, which he is, you know what I'm saying, for the hip hop sphere. But, you know, they've fused that mainstream shit, so he wouldn't probably be considered a top-notch artist at the present moment. But in my opinion, you know, one of the most impeccable rappers, MCs to ever do it. You know what I'm saying? And he's at my number 3. Comment, let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Also, send me y'all list. You know what I mean? We can confer on that and build. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to build relationships and network with whoever's trying to build. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get out. You know what I mean? The nigga verses, they call it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, let me know if you know what y'all think about me having Redman at number 3. Also got another guy. We're going on to the number 4 guy. The number 4 guy to me, you know, I think he one of the best too. I mean, one of the best lyrically, performance, beat wise, beat picking, concepts. You know what I'm saying? And that would be the RZA, Ruler Zigzags of the Law. You know what I'm saying? AKA Prince Raheem. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was I think he's the best in the Wu-Tang. Because, and Old Dirty was my favorite, like, in the Wu-Tang Clan. But what I learned, like, the RZA, what I saw, I should say, is the RZA could do everybody's style in the Wu-Tang. I remember when they did the No Hooks, that was kind of like a fusion of Meth and ODB. You know what I mean? He can go with the wild, then he can go super spiritual, then he can go real intellectual. You know what I'm saying? One of the greatest I've seen ever in hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all, as they saying now, give him his flowers or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to again to like, subscribe, you know, and comment, man. Hit the little notification thingy, man. Show some love, man. The God trying to build, you know, trying to stay out of trouble and just, you know, resurrect myself. You know what I mean? Let's see. We're going to go down to the number 5 guy. This is my top 5, but it's really like my top 7. But it's my top 5. It's DMX. What's my name? DMX, and I be the best, and I need the rest, and they look like they need a rest. You know what I mean? He was hot. You know what I'm saying? First, I think 4 or 5 albums up to that Grand Champion album. He was on it. You know what I'm saying? He was on it. You know what I mean? Conceptually. And DMX always had, in my opinion, he always, you know, the difference with him and Jay-Z, because they came around the same time, is that DMX was always, it seemed like, very remorseful about the stuff that he was involved in, where, you know, Jay-Z just, in my opinion, seemed like he didn't really give a shit. It was just like, I'm living in the moment, shit, I'll sell your mama dope, your father dope, your grandmama, whatever, I'm getting my money, and that's the way you gotta make it in a, you know what I'm saying, which, in my opinion, will be considered the Canaanite mind state, or the rulers of this world's thinking. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was never really a fan of his, but in regards to DMX, you know, the brother always made really dope songs. Like, they were very catchy. He actually is a hell of a lyricist, even though he's not a lyricist in a vein of like a Jizza or RZA or Big L. He really is a true blue lyricist. He's more cut from that Scarface, let me see, Scarface, Tupac kind of mode. You know what I'm saying? Where he writes raps. You know, he's not a MC like that. The metaphors, you know, he write his raps. You know what I mean? He write straight up what he's saying. You know what I mean? So, you know, one of my favorites. I think he's probably one of most people's favorites. You know what I mean? So, you know, like, subscribe, comment, hit the little notification thing up there, and let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? That's my top 5 right there. That's DMX at number 5. Now we gonna go on. I've mentioned this brother's name. You know, for you know what I've heard of late, I still follow him on social media. J. Rue the Damager. You know what I'm saying? Them first 2 albums, to me, so I mean, it's verses and songs on those albums that's better than people's whole catalog. You know what I'm saying? Who gets the most loot? Who gets bust? Dollar bill, y'all, is the God we trust. The days flow by like dust. Even men of steel rust. We're out here acting ridiculous when only we can save us. Mentally enslave us for little or nothing. Kill our neighbors. Animalistic, cannibalistic behavior. Look to the sky for your savior. He won't save you. He didn't save your forefathers, so why bother, brothers? You must discover the power of self. Know thyself and find thyself. Hating thyself, killing thyself. While he collects the wealth that you sit back and murder for. So ain't the devil happy? Ha 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 ha. That was a classic. That verse right there better than, and I don't want to disrespect no rappers, but you know, there's a couple rappers, there's a whole shitload of rappers. That verse better than every album, song he put out. That was the 3rd verse in that song. You know what I'm saying? And that verse is better than, in my opinion, certain cats' whole album. I mean, whole catalog of albums. They got 10, they got 5, they got whatever. Better than that verse. And I mean, his album, the first 2 would totally just eclipse these dudes. But hip hop isn't what it used to be. Like, subscribe, comment, hit the little notification thingy up there, so I could, you know, get my groovy Lou on. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think. J. Rue the Damager at number 6. Now we gonna trolley back on to the Wu-Tang Clan, where, you know, there's another great within the Wu-Tang Clan. You know, he's kind of a little, I've never seen him really be like a real, you know, just live. You know what I'm saying? He and I know he can perform and stuff like that, but you know what I mean, he's never gotten really loose to me from what I've seen of him. But lyrically and conceptually, I don't really think too many cats are dealing with him. You know, he's cut from that KRS cloth, where it's beats and rhymes and life. You know what I'm saying? The Jizza. You know what I mean? Genius, Zigzag Zigga. You know what I mean? Or Gary Zigzag Zigga, or the Genius. I remember when I was still living in Baltimore, he came out with the Hey Come Do Me joint, and I actually liked that joint. You know what I mean? Hey, come do me. That was the shit to me. And the Words of the Jizza was a dope ass album. The actual album that they finally put out, when I guess he bought the mats, whatever, they put it out. It was a black cover with the red face and all that. Man, I bought the joint. Whenever they put it back out, I mean, he did use some of the rhymes on some of his other stuff, but the point I'm trying to make is that, yo, come on, man, the man was dope back then. And I mean, I know that he was having him sound a little like Kane because he was on Cold Chillin', but I'm not sure Kane really could have dealt with the Jizza as far as when the transition of music changed. Kane was like a big L, and he had the 5% thing with him, but he was, you know, he had the street element too, but they came from you know, when music changed, Kane was already set, so as far as what we perceived or saw him as. So when Jizza came in, again, as the Jizza with the Wu-Tang Clan, you know, the landscape of the music had changed. It was more grimy, more street infused, so we kind of didn't really look at Big Daddy as, you know, a real, you know, threat anymore, you know what I'm saying? But Jizza, I would say, was similar to Big Daddy, but a little more, for that era, a little more poignant, you know what I'm saying? Just like, Rakim, you know what I'm saying? Rakim was dope, but when music kind of changed, now he had a different element too, because he spoke really, he was trying to be a conscious dude and he kept it in the streets. But when it got to the grimy shit where it was like personas, was kind of the main feature, even though you had to add skills and all that. But the persona, Rakim was already set in stone. The landscape had changed. This is why I think, the Will had kind of had him under the radar. I believe he came back in '96 with the 18th Letter album, and I wasn't a big fan of that album, But lyrically, the bad, Jizza is cut from their cloth. But I just believe that he did it in an era where we was all really taking, where hip hop was really blow it. If the brothers would have catered up at that time, they would have had a little different seasoning on, in my opinion. So they would have, their spot would have been a little more solidified. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong though. That's just my opinion. Again, I'm gonna tell y'all, like, subscribe, comment, please comment, man. I need some comments too, man. Don't just look at my shit. You see it on the internet. Show love, man. What is it to support black business, man? I had brothers getting paid off YouTube. I'm trying to get paid too. So come on, show me some love. You know what I mean? But we gonna go ahead or now this brother right here, I would have probably, if I wrote this kind of quickly, but my list down, but it's pretty much in order. Guru Rizzy, man, from Gangstar, Guru, Keith Elam, man. Check his catalog. Lyrically, he had probably the best producer in East Coast history in his group, and lyrically, conceptually, entertaining. Guru Rizzy. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean entertaining in a way like Redman or Method Man, but I mean entertaining like he could kind of grab your mind and bring you in and entertain you with what he was talking about. And I mean really entertain you, but teach you also at the same time. Coming from, like, if Rakim would have came in with like how Guru was going in the 90s, I don't know if Guru would have been who Guru was all the way around the board. Because to me, Guru was the Rakim extension from the 80s, and because he had like a street persona, even though Rakim had a street persona, you know what I'm saying, he looked the street part and all that, you saw Guru rolling with, you know what I mean, and then for that era, that was what we was looking at, so he looked more authentic, and Rakim, in my opinion, looked more like older artist, even though Keith Elam may be older than Guru Rizzy, man. I mean, Keith Elam may be older than Rakim a lot, you know what I'm saying, but good, Rakim was good, but I just believe that Guru Rizzy had a little more stuff with him, and I think his catalog is a lot better. You know what I'm saying? I believe that brother had a great catalog. Rakim, he has great songs, I must say, but we talking catalogs. I don't think his could hold up. We love Rakim for the lyrical prowess he displayed over his career, but if we just sat down and listened to Guru and Rakim, I think people have a little different opinion of who should be considered the better of the two. You know what I'm saying? We saying catalogs, even though Ra is head and shoulders one of the dopest, man. Not one of my favorites all around the board, but one of the dopest I've ever heard. I just don't naturally gravitate all the time to his music, but like I said, Guru Rizzy, he was the Rakim for me of my era, which was from like 92 to now. You know what I'm saying? Even though I grew up listening to all of that stuff, but when you really grasped it, Guru Rizzy was the one that really, educated, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm gonna say like, subscribe, hit the notification, please comment, man. Support black business, man. Support black business. I gotta keep asking y'all, support black business, please. I'm trying to get out the hood, man. I heard they get money on YouTube. I need my 9,000 for my 1 million views or followers or whatever they giving up. Because I don't know, and I don't even know how to monetize. But show some love, man. Support black business, man. I'm an independent contractor out here trying to eat, man. Show love, man. I appreciate it. Now we going to go ahead on to another dope artist who was really in a group. And I think he got about 3 solo joints. But I'm speaking more or less from his group work. He was from a legendary group, EPMD, and I'm not talking about Eric Sermon. I'm talking about Perry Smith, aka Mike Dodd, aka Perry's Making Dollars. making dollars. And that's what I'm trying to do, make dollars. This is my number 9 right here, PMD. Help me make some dollars. Like, subscribe, hit the little notification thing, and please comment. Support black business, man. I'm trying to get on. I'm in the hood, man. Help a brother out. All you gotta do is watch the video, like my channel, station, whatever you want to call it, and support, man. You know what I'm saying? Hit the notifications, man. Show love, man. Support black business, man. Come on, I reciprocate. Let me see. Now we're gonna go down to my number 10 guy, and that guy would be who? It might shock a lot of folks. Shock G. Shock G was one of the most creative dudes, man, to me, to come with that whole Humpty Hump persona. And Digital Underground was actually dope. The Sex Packet EP joint from back in the day, they niggas was dope, man. They made a lot of classic material. You know, they did a lot of, you know, shows. They was really mainstream, but stayed on the low. That's one thing I really like about Shock G, because I like MCs that get money and stay low. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you regard it for what you put into the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna remember Humpty Hump and a Humpty Dance forever. But like I said, that brother could really rap, and them other cats in the group could really rap. And I mean, the just the entertainment of it all, you know what I'm saying? That was a hell of a group, and they, you know, held it down. But Shock G himself, who was the mastermind behind that group, man, musical genius. You know what I'm saying? I won't say that he was the dopest lyricist and all of that, because he didn't come across to be that kind of artist. Them brothers from the West Coast a lot of times make real songs, in my opinion. So, you know, they you know, you got your Rise Kaises and Crooked Eyes and certain cats out there that spit, but, you know, like KRS and them, they made hip-hop songs. KRS could make hip-hop songs and spit. Humpty Hump, well, Shock G really made hip-hop songs, but he wasn't impervious to being able to spit. So, you know, that's why he's at my number 10. You know, now again, I'm gonna ask y'all, support black business. Like, subscribe, hit that little notification thing, and please comment. Again, I stress to you guys, support black business. 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 Come on, support black business, man. Like, subscribe, hit the little notification thing, and comment, man. Help me get out the ghetto, man. You help me, I might help you. Show love, man. The will of Allah is always around, man. You never know the interactions we have. You know, I'm gonna leave that there. We've been here almost a half an hour, you know, kicking the Willy Bobo about all things hip hops. Who's the best rapper, or top 10 rappers of history, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm gonna send y'all off with like, subscribe, hit the notification thingy, and please comment. Also, support black business. Support black business. Please support black business. Please support black business. Please support black business. Another episode of All Things Hip Hop. All Things Hip Hop. Show me some love, man. Peace.